on. Y'all let me know y'all can hear me. Give me a mic check. Hey, we can get right into it, So yeah, let me know you can hear me. Give me a mic check. Make sure I got all noises off. You say it's still, it's still low? I don't see how it's low because my mouth is down there right on the damn microphone. So it's still low? I mean, seriously, literally, my mouth is like right on the microphone. Is it still low? Hold on. I hope this thing ain't going out now. Let me check my settings, see what my settings saying. Nah, it don't look like nothing ain't changed. Hold on, let me go down here. See what's up. Let's see. Oh, that might be the issue right there. All right, how about now? How about now? There might have been an issue right there. I think I find what might be the issue. How about now? Yo, that should have did it right there. I think I found the issue. How about now? Yo. Okay, I think I found what the issue was. Okay, let me just turn up a little bit more. Okay, well, kind of find out one of these damn things on here. In the volume settings, like it was a little bit low. So, well, it wasn't a little bit low. Shit, it was all the way low. Okay, so they should have fixed it right there. You saying that it sounds better? Okay, so look like I fixed the issue with that. Yeah, cause I was like, shit, my mouth is like right on the damn microphone, so I don't even see how is it. It's still low, but I think we just find out what the issue is. So all right, so y'all say it sounds better, so we're gonna take it at that it sounds better. All right, so now we can get into this. So let's get right into it. I don't know how many of you remember this story. I forgot that I even covered this story. I know a few people sent it to me, but I literally forgot that I covered this story. I really did. I thought I didn't touch it, but I went through my archives and actually, yeah, I did do this boy story. Okay. Cairo Jordan was 5 years old. He was found in a suitcase. Okay. The mom has finally been caught and arrested. This story goes back to April the 16th, 2022. Okay, this goes back to April the 16th, 2022. So that means it's been 2 years since this woman been on the run. Okay. And to give you a little backstory of it, the mother of a 5-year-old boy found dead inside a suitcase in Indiana has been taken into custody in Arcadia in connection with his death, authorities announced. On April 16, 2022, the little boy's body was found in a brightly colored suitcase with a Las Vegas design in a rural area of Washington County, Indiana, authorities said. 6 months later, It was identified as Cairo Jordan of Atlanta. Police said he was 5 years old when he died. They announced in October 2022 that an arrest warrant was issued for his mom, Dejaune Anderson, for murder, neglect of a dependent resulting in death, and obstruction of justice. They say early this week, a detective received information from a concerned citizen, which has started a path to physically locate Ms. Anderson. Indiana State Police Sgt. Carey said at a news conference Friday, Anderson was apprehended Thursday night in Arcadia. She is being held at Los Angeles Police Department Detention Center. They are saying, all right? And they saying her arrest was a huge milestone, okay? And apparently there was a second suspect by the name of Don Coleman who was arrested in October of 2022 for neglect of a dependent resulting in the death and obstruction of justice, authorities say. Authorities allege Coleman helped Cairo's mom dispose of the boy's body, according to Associated Press. Coleman pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit murder and was sentenced to 30 years in prison in November of last year, with 5 years suspended to probation, the AP said. Excuse me. And it goes on to say that Cairo died roughly a week or less before his body was found, and autopsy determined he died from vomiting, diarrhea that triggered dehydration. Police said, according to the AP, all right, he died from vomiting and diarrhea that triggered dehydration. All right, that's how he died. And this boy was found in the suitcase. He was found in the suitcase. His mom put him in the suitcase, and another person helped her while she did this. Don't this sound like Sam Olsen? You know what Teresa Rocky Balboa did to him? Put his body in a tote, and some dude, which I believe they said was her ex-boyfriend, helped her conceal the body, and she was traveling with this boy's body in that tote. All right? And a couple of other guys got in trouble with her while she was carrying this boy's body in the tote. Right? And here we go again with this. Now, the crazy part about this is, here's another story that I covered that the mom said she believed he was possessed. I don't know where these mothers get that dumbass shit from, but the mom believed he was possessed. All right? So that's why she did what she did. She believed he was possessed. Possessed with what? I had the slightest damn idea. But she believed he was possessed. Okay? You know, it's always an excuse. It's always an excuse for the fuck shit. It's always an excuse. If y'all haven't, please hit thumbs up for your boy. And let's get into the clips. All right?
We did know this day was going to come, but to have it come at this time and to have her in custody, I'm just excited for them. We're all very excited.
After nearly 2 years of Dejaune Anderson has now been found, the 38-year-old is accused of murdering her 5-year-old son, Cairo Jordan, and stuffing his body in a suitcase, dumping it in the middle of rural southern Indiana. Indiana State Police announced she was arrested in Los Angeles, California during a press conference this afternoon. Connor Steffen was there. Connor, what did ISP say comes next here?
Well, first, Shay, we want to tell you we just visited the cemetery where 5-year-old Cairo is buried. Workers there tell us even after all this time, 2 years, people in this town still come and visit his grave every day. So it is hard to underscore just what this news means for this small town. We can tell you ISP says the arrest came after they received a tip earlier this week about Anderson's whereabouts. It led officers to arrest Dejaune Anderson last night without incident in Arcadia, California, on a warrant issued out of right here in Washington County, Indiana. She's being held at a Los Angeles Police Department detention center in Van Nuys, California, with ISP en route as we speak to transfer her back to Indiana. She faces charges of murder, neglect of a dependent resulting in death, and obstruction of justice. Those are all felony charges. Again, you have to remember, this is a break in the case 2 years in the making for ISP. We asked them how it felt to finally have tracked Anderson down after all this time.
I mean, elation, you know, again, it's a somber moment when you think back to the whole story, the whole case. You know, I was in that area of the crime scene just last week, and it just brings back a lot of memories.
We asked ISP what state Anderson was in at the time of her arrest. All they could tell us was that police apprehended her while she was boarding public transit, so she was aware and mobile. ISP says it doesn't appear that Anderson or Cairo had any ties to the LA area. We also asked them, they said to their knowledge, no one was helping Anderson out in California while she was hiding. At least for now, all we can say is that a sense of relief has come over this small town in Indiana. Finally, an arrest they've been waiting for 2 years. We're live in Indiana. Connor Steffen, WHAS 11 on your side.
All right, Connor, thanks so much for the new information. Well, there is another woman involved in the death of 5-year-old Cairo Jordan. Last November, Don Coleman pleaded guilty to helping Dejaune Anderson kill Cairo and hide his body. Coleman was sentenced to 25 years in prison and 5 years of probation. As part of her plea agreement, she also agreed to testify against Anderson in any criminal case related to Cairo's death. Well, it has been a couple of months since we've had a new development in this case. So if you need a refresher, you can head on over to our website, WHAS11.com. Our team has covered this story extensively. You'll find a lot more information over there.
You know, I always thought it was a weird thing that, you know, you got two women that's doing a crime. This has always been weird to me. I don't know why. It's so fucking weird to me. And it reminds me of the girl, I think her name is Amaria, the case that I did, the one everybody staying in the hotel, her girlfriend, they both staying in the hotel, which came to the same story that, you know, everybody sleep and all of a sudden they woke up in the morning, the hotel door was open. Maria, I can't remember exactly what her name is, but she's supposed to have disappeared, but come to find out, you know, she was dating this woman. And the woman took the child and they was bruising the child. And the woman took the child and took it to the woods or something and disposed of the child's body. Then what we saw later when the girl got into the courtroom or whatever the hell it was, she had to write a statement. She up in there smiling and shit, you know, just totally disrespect. I mean, a big, huge girl too, you know. So I was like, wow, you know, so this is two women. Well, one, you know, of course, she could have children. She had multiple children. Don't know about the other one. If she could have children or not, don't know. You know, she probably didn't want any. But for her to come in and smiling the way that she was doing up in that little room, you know, that was kind of crazy as hell to me, you know. But, of course, the reason they got caught because the other children spoke. They spoke up for their sister. And that's how the story came out with them. You know, so we go back to this story right here that you got two women that disposing of someone's child. I don't know if these two is in a relationship or not. I won't be surprised, but you know, you got another story with two women is disposing of a child's body. And the reason I'm pointing it out, because again, you know, you have people who can't have children who would love to have these babies and take care of them, you know. And still, I always have to ask the question, you know, why they always say they love their children after the dirty deed has been done. But apparently, they must didn't love them when they was alive. Or when they did love them, they only love them until when? Until when? What happened to make you stop loving him or her that you want to kill them? Or have somebody else to do your dirty work for you? What did they do so bad that you want to do that? This would be a question that would never have a straight answer if it have an answer at all as to why people do this dumb shit. You know? And want to boo-hoo and cry, talk about I love my child. Yeah, you're going to say that now that they gone and you ain't got to put up with them no more. So if you love them so much, where was the love at when they was alive? Okay? Anybody can hear me out? Where's the love at when they was alive? But everybody want to love everybody when they're dead. All right? I don't know, it beats the hell out of me. But that's just the society we're living in, though. Everybody want to love everybody when they dead. They don't want to love people when they're alive. They want to love them when they dead. So, it doesn't make sense to me. But I guess it makes sense to a lot of other people, all right? Okay? Everything good? Y'all still hear me? Mic still up? I ain't went back low, have I? Y'all still hear me? Give me another mic check. Y'all still hear me? And we ain't gonna really be here long because there ain't really just that much to really say about it other than she's been caught. And whatever comes behind it, I guess we have updates of what come behind it. But of course, y'all know me, I love the police conferences, so we hear the police conference or whatnot and see what they had to say about everything. And there would be, okay, y'all can still hear me, cool. There would be pretty much everything right there, See, look at that picture right there that's in my screen right now. That's a beautiful picture of her and him. That's a loving picture. That's look like a mom who loved her son. So, what happened? What happened? All right? What happened? Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the police conference. And let's see what they had to say about the situation.
In the investigation, but it's something we've looked forward to and anticipated for almost 2 years now. And I'm sure you're all aware of the tragic and horrific death investigation of 5-year-old Cairo Jordan. That began April 16th of 2022. And on that date, a local mushroom hunter found a brightly colored suitcase with the Las Vegas motif in the wooded area in rural Washington County on Holder Road. Cairo was 5 years old at the time of his death, and since that date our detectives have worked tirelessly to bring justice to this case and justice for Cairo. In October of 2022, arrest warrants were issued for Don Coleman and Dejaune Anderson in relation to this case. October 26th of 2022, Don Coleman was arrested and, as you're all aware, stood trial and was sentenced in November of last year. Earlier this week, Detective Matt Busick received information from a concerned citizen which started the path to physically locating Dejaune Anderson, the mother of Cairo Jordan. Acting on this information, Detective Busick worked hand in hand with ISP troopers who are assigned to the U.S. Marshals Task Force and with U.S. Marshals themselves. And working hand in hand with them kept the U.S. Marshals abreast in California on the information that we were receiving and gathering. As a result of this information and investigative work, these officers, investigators, apprehended Dejaune Anderson last night without incident in Arcadia, California. She was arrested on a warrant issued out of Washington County, Indiana. That was issued back in 2022. That warrant again was for murder, neglect of a dependent resulting in death, which is a level 1 felony, and obstruction of justice, which is a level 6 felony. She is currently being held at a Los Angeles Police Department detention center in Van Nuys, California. And as we speak, ISP Detective Busick and detectives from the Indiana State Police Post here in SELLERSBURG are actually en route at this time to California to continue this investigation. So, again, a huge milestone, a day that we're very happy that we've come to at this point. It's still a somber day, but we're very, very pleased and happy that we have who we believe everybody to be involved in this tragic murder case in custody at this time so the investigation can move forward. So I don't have a lot of detailed information I can give, but at this time I'll take any questions that I can.
As part of the
Elation, again, it's a somber moment when you think back to the whole story, the whole case. I was in that area of the crime scene just last week, and it just brings back a lot of memories. But you know, this is something, you know, I'm not a detective. I'm not the one out there that's putting in those hours after hour in the middle of the night sometimes, and all different locations, but a lot of sweat and blood and tears go in an investigation like this, and I'm just very happy for those men and investigators who've really done everything they can, and to have the break, the information that they needed, that we knew would come. We did know that this day was going to come, but to have it come at this time and to have her in custody, I'm just excited for them. We're all very excited, lifted up and buoyed by the fact that she's behind behind bars, and can be brought back to Indiana, so we can continue this trail for justice for Cairo. You say when? Roughly earlier this week. It was relatively recent information.
As part of the plea agreement, did Coleman agree to testify against Anderson when she was arrested?
That's something you'll have to speak with the prosecutor's office in that case, but that's my understanding. But that was something that I can't speak on.
And although Cairo didn't have any connections to this area, have you been getting a lot of feedback from the public just asking about the mother's whereabouts and how that investigation is
It's
going?
something that, you know, again, it's been almost 2 years. It was April of 2022. We're just a few days away from that date. It's very common to be stopped and asked about how the investigation's going. Have we learned anything, you know, and just moral support. The community of Washington County really came together for Cairo, provided him with a funeral, with a headstone. There's still flowers to this day that are placed at his gravesite, and people praying for him and his family, and that justice would be done. So again, a huge event in this investigation to bring that one step closer. To my knowledge, at least, no. She was the only one arrested. Again, it was a cooperative effort with the Indiana State Police detectives. We also have Indiana troopers who are assigned to the U.S. Marshals Task Force, who did a lot of work in this case to get that information going and in connection with the U.S. Marshals in California. So they're working hand in hand. Obviously, we can't be here in California at the same time, but working hand in hand with the U.S. Marshals, this is something that, you know, we were able to do because of that cooperative effort. So they did a lot of work for us. Very pleased. And of course, they're elated too to be able to find her. So did a lot of work. Again, behind the scenes, a lot of phone calls, a lot of information back and forth between agencies and people at different locations.
What are the next steps in bringing Dejaune Anderson back to Indiana?
Right, so that will depend. Again, our investigators are en route now to hopefully speak with her. A lot will depend on you know, how that goes, as far as is she willing to waive extradition and come back to Indiana. If not, that will take a process. That's a process that will probably take at least 30 days for that to happen before she would be sent back here. So that's something for the prosecutor's office to work with and to work on right now. Can't give any timeline, but it could take some time. A lot just depends on what happens. The state? All I can tell you is that when she was located, she was attempting to board, or in the process of boarding, a subway, or I should say a form of public rail transportation that's common out in California in that area. So she was mobile, she was walking when she was taken into custody.
So that's pretty impressive that they were able to track her down that many miles away, and the fact not that she was at a home or anything, she was en route moving.
Right. I can't get into all the details exactly how long they were watching, those types of things, but yeah, it's just great work. Again, the U.S. Marshals were very appreciative of everything they've done for us here today, and the authorities in Los Angeles. Again, she is in a Los Angeles Police Department jail in Van Nuys at this moment. Whether or not she'll stay there, I don't know, but you know, they're working hand in hand with us so that we can move this case forward.
Did she resist at all?
To my knowledge, there was no resistance. She was taken in without custody, or excuse me, without any incident. She was taken into custody. That's really all the information I can share at this time. Again, but we're just very excited that we're at this moment. So almost 2 years in coming, and now we can move forward. So a big relief. You know, when this case started on that evening of April, there was a ton of unknowns. We had no idea who we were dealing with. Young Cairo, you know, was tragically taken without any identification there with him, so we had a lot of work to do. And, you know, our first task was just to identify who we had. And there was a lot of speculation by the public and people in the different industries about what was going on. In the end, it was good old-fashioned police work that led to all these answers. And, you know, I can't praise our investigators and detectives enough.
And no outstanding suspects after this?
At this point, to my knowledge at least, yeah, we have everybody that we believe related to this case in custody at this time.
What has it meant to you to see our community that you guys serve just really come together, and then when finally there's glad at the end of the tunnel, there will
Right.
be conclusion and end to this?
Right.
What has it meant to you for these last 2 years?
I mean, again, you know, it's a small community, a rural community, so to see everybody come together, which they always do, but just to see that public support and know that they're standing behind you and you know, giving, if they could do anything, they would. So we're just thankful for all their help, and we're thankful for their thoughts and prayers through this whole process. I'm sorry? Yeah, the warrant that was, it was the warrant that was actually issued back in October of 2022 in her name, Dejaune L. Anderson, for count 1, murder, a felony, count 2, neglect of a dependent resulting in death, a level 1 felony, and count 3, obstruction of justice, a level 6 felony.
Is it Dejaune or Dewan?
I have to admit, you know, the exact pronunciation of her name, I've heard it both ways, so you might want to look into the exact pronunciation if I misspoke a few times. Dejaune, I've heard Dejaune, I've heard a few different ways, but I've typically gone with Dejaune. Any other questions?
Any pictures or anything of her from out there?
I mean, I've got from out there, not this time, no. So, again, through your sources, you know, if she's in custody out in California, there may be something you guys are able to do, but I don't have anything like that at this time. Just the former mug shot that we had from the prior investigation, early in the investigation.
The boy's father, the family?
I can't speak to any of that information at this time, so. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
All right, so there we have it. We had the police conference, so they talking about the case that's been updated to Cairo Jordan. Cairo Jordan mother has been arrested, so this story is going to be moving along, and we're going to see what's going to happen to her next. You know, what she's going to get, and I think she may be facing life or something like that. I don't know. We just have to see if and when more updates will come about this story. Okay. Before we get out of here, I want to bring something else to y'all attention that I meant to bring to y'all a few days ago. Okay, if y'all don't mind. Let me bring up another update while I'm on the line with y'all. All right. Oh, we got another interview that's coming up tomorrow. 1 p.m. Central Time. If you're on Eastern Time, it's 2 p.m. The story of Halo Branton. You know her mom, Persia Nelson. Well, the lady that Persia Nelson was staying with wants to talk to me. And she says she has a lot to say. We're going to try to do it today, but unfortunately we didn't do it today. But she said tomorrow we could do it. And I'm telling y'all, I don't know if Carl is still in the chat room. Carl, I'm going to ask you a question. You still listening? For what I sent to you so far, this story is deep as hell. Am I lying or not? This story got a whole dark, well, you want to call it a whole dark chamber going on up in there. This shit is wild. That lady was out of control and all type of shit that was going on. I don't know you still in the chat room, Carol, but tell me if I'm lying for what I sent you. Not from her, but it was somebody else who sent me all that and said how out of control that girl was. That girl was nuts. Okay? She was nuts. Okay? She was nuts. There go Carol. She was nuts. Now, Carol, for what this lady told me, She's the aunt of the boyfriend they was talking about on that last update that I did. She's the aunt of him. You remember they said in a clip, Persia, stay with that woman. Okay? So, wow. This gonna be good. I think this gonna be good. We're gonna hear a lot of whole dog shit going on right now. But we'll get to that tomorrow when we get to it. So make sure you stay tuned. But I said I want to bring something else to y'all. How many of y'all remember that story I did about this woman named Darlene Bristol? How many of y'all remember that story? And the story goes, she lost her fucking mind and she was chasing her children around the house with that knife. And the house got caught on fire. And a baby died. And y'all remember her husband came out and was talking about how he forgive her so much. And all this, that, and the third. If y'all remember that. Let me see if I can refresh y'all memory a little bit. Let's see. What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Chris Storms. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching my content. And as always, like, comment. Infant died, and I think it was one or two more. Who do y'all remember her? Well, as well, in their horrific scene dealing with Darlene. All right. So now with that out the way, do y'all remember her? Okay. Y'all remember also the husband had came out, and I want y'all to hear what he said. So let me find this. And this is what the husband had to say. He says he won't.
To do the same.
I'm asking other people out there not to have a lot of hate towards her.
Do you feel like you can forgive her?
She was already forgiven.
It was wrong.
Y'all remember that? I don't want the world to have hate for. You know, just like he don't have hate for. She already been forgiven. This, that, and the third. That's what the husband say. You know, what I always say, you know, he's the type to feel how he want to feel. This is a man that dealt with this woman, and I guess when she had a little outbursts or whatever the case may be, I guess he the one that was there. All right? The update to the story with Miss Bristol is this. What the hell going on? Why none of this stuff is pulling up? Why is none of my stuff pulling up? Hold on. Okay, none of my stuff is pulling up more. Damn, does this damn thing freeze up? Oh, hell. Look like my shit done froze up. Hold on. I don't want to do this and it shut my shit down. Okay. Hold on, let me look over here. Good thing I got this other computer. Let me look at this other computer real quick. Look like everything over here froze up, and if I do something, it's gonna shut it down. Well, guys, as of January the 12th of this year, okay, make sure y'all everything's still moving. Okay, look like everything's still moving. Everything's still moving. Look like I don't know what's going on my end, but my end froze. I can't click on nothing over here. My end is froze. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, as of January the 12th of this year, she escaped the death penalty. Because remember, she's supposed to be on death penalty. She's not going to get it. You want to know why she's not going to get it? Because she took a plea deal. And it says a 42-year-old mother in Georgia has escaped the death penalty and will spend the rest of her days behind bars for killing 3 of her young children. Wait, I thought she only killed the baby. Damn, it's been a long time since I did this story. So it was 3 of them she killed. I know 2. Somebody survived. I think it was 2 of them. And Chase Amory, if you can refresh my memory, I think 2 of them survived. And I think it was the older children. But anyway, it says 42-year-old mother in Georgia has escaped the death penalty and will spend the rest of her days behind bars for killing 3 of her young children, stabbing them to death inside of their family home before setting it on fire. In Paulding County, Superior Court Judge T. David Lyles last week ordered Darlene Nicole Bristol to serve 3 consecutive sentences of life without the possibility for parole for the 2022 slayings of the little ones, a 9-month-old, a 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old. Court records obtained by Law and Crime show. She reached a negotiation plea with prosecutors and agreed to plead guilty to 3 counts of malice murder and her children's death. Okay. Okay. Am I still good? Am I buffering? Am I still good? I don't know how my shit ended up freezing up like that. I can't click on shit. I can't click on nothing. Can y'all still hear me? Are we good? Just let me know I'm still playing. Let me know y'all still see me. We good. And I'll worry about this shit later. All right, because everything over here done froze up. The one that I'm streaming on, everything done froze up. I can't do shit. All right, y'all. Somebody said they still can see me. Okay. Again, all right. So, wait a minute. God damn. Okay, Chase said there was 7 of them. Damn, was it? Damn, I can't remember that. Damn, okay. It was 7 in total. Okay, thank you, dear. The deal resulted in counts of felony murder, aggravated assault, arson, and cruelty to children being dismissed against Bristol. Prosecutors in September had filed paperwork with the court. Okay, what the hell going on over here now? Declaring their intention to seek the death penalty against Bristol, in the filing, prosecutors set forth numerous aggravating circumstances which, if proven, authorized the state to put her to death. The filing states that Bristol committed multiple murders during the commission of other felonies, including aggravated battery and first-degree arson. The state further alleged that the murders were outrageously vile, horrible, and inhuman because they involved torture and depravity. If I said it right, DEPRAVITY, depravity, if I said that right, of mind. The district attorney, Matthew Rollins, said the decision to file a notice of intent to seek the death penalty was not one he reached lightly, but said that the facts and circumstances surrounding the case made it appropriate. Okay? Excuse me. Ugh. Excuse me. My brother DJ Just J, what's up, bro? I just got your message. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. All right, guys. Let me say this in closing on that. You know, again, the husband says he wants the world to not have hate for her because he doesn't have hate for her. He wants the world to forgive her because he has already forgiven her. And you remember when I first played the live of him talking, and them 2 girls just looked like they were just traumatized. They were sitting next to him. They just looked so traumatized. They were scared, and which they should be, because I can imagine having somebody who you call your mom, somebody who spit you out in between their legs or whatnot, you call mom, to snap one day and just start coming at all of you with a knife and successfully killed a few of your siblings. Then on top of that, set the house on fire. And my father here, who wasn't here when it happened, wasn't here to protect us. And you are asking us to forgive her. Now, if you are the daughters and the son and you choose to forgive her, hey, I guess nothing wrong with that. But some shit that happens in life lingers for a long time. That's why they say, hey, I'll forgive you, but I won't forget. I forgive you, but I won't forget. All right? Sometimes I don't understand that. You know, I mean, just something just too horrible to even forgive. But if the daughters forgive her for what she's done, then, you know, hey, let that be on them. But something like that, you can't ask for the whole world to not to have hatred towards her. And you can't ask for the whole world to forgive her, because a lot of us don't take that shit lightly at all. We don't take that lightly at all. You understand? But I think he was a pastor, or he was a former pastor, something like that. He was a pastor or a former pastor or something. I can't remember exactly what he was. So, of course, he would say that. And, of course, by that being his wife, you know, I guess he would say that as well. You know, but again, some things just linger for a long time, man, and it's hard to forgive. And a lot of things, it's just hard to fix. And that's something that can't be fixed, because regardless of what, the baby's life, especially that 9-month-old, the life she took is gone. Can't get it back. Can't get it back. So you may want to ask the whole world to forgive, you know, and forget. But everybody ain't going to take the same approach as you, sir. Everybody ain't going to take the same approach as you. As a matter of fact, I think you even said something about you didn't even want to be on a death penalty or some shit like that, if I can remember, you know, but it's been a while ago. So, you know, you asking for something big for the whole world to have some kind of sympathy for her, which a lot of people probably do got sympathy for because of her mental state. They probably do, you know, but nah, I don't know about me. And it's even for me, if I'm in this situation, you know, I got a baby mama and they probably over there visiting her, and I find out she did this to him, tried to kill him and try to set him on fire, man, it's going to be kind of hard to forgive her, man, you know, because these not only your children, these my children. You try to kill our babies, man, and you want me to forgive you? I don't know. I don't know about that. Will I get you some help? Now, I'll do that. But forgive you? Man, probably you try to do it to me, I probably can. But our babies? That's going to be a hard one right there. That's going to be a tough one. That's going to be a tough one. All right? I don't know how many of y'all agree, but that's definitely going to be a tough one. My babies, whatever you do to me, I can let that go. I can let it slide. I can forgive it. But our young seeds, I don't know about all that. I don't know about all that. I really don't. Right, Chase Amy, I agree with you, what you said. I definitely agree with you, what you said. He wants us to have a forgiving heart, but I stand on that. There are some things that only God can forgive. Amen to that. Amen to that. I agree with that. Hey, Bob, what's going on? I ain't seen you in a minute. How you doing? Hey, Deborah, what's going on? What's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all being here. But other than that, guys, you know, hey, that's all I got. You know, I think that's it for tonight. I don't think I have any more updates tonight. I'm probably ready to go to bed. But be on the lookout tomorrow. You know, I'm going to touch up with her again tomorrow, see is it still on. If she stays still on, then, you know, we're going to have another interview coming up tomorrow. One that you probably don't want to miss, all right? Other than that, if ain't nobody told you today that they love you, let me be the first to tell you I love every last one of y'all. And we are out. If I can end the damn show, because my shit done froze up. But we are out, and I'll see y'all soon. Thank you.